Hey y'all, it's Janelle.
And this is Ashley. Welcome to Loving in Reality.
Hey guys, we're back. It's me and Janelle here for another
Yes.
episode of Loving in Reality to talk about Married at First Sight, Season 16, Episode 3.
Yes, we're back. Well, all the weddings are done finally. I'm
Finally.
glad that they decided just to, finish it all together because
Right.
I was like, all
Knock them
right.
all out. Knock them all out. So we can get to
Um, I felt the weddings were a bit uneventful, really. Nothing really happened.
No, nothing too exciting happened this episode. It started out with Jasmine and Eris,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
I
With
wasn't too sure how that was going to go. But yeah, it did start out with we were back to this cousin.
Oh yeah. You know what? And I was like, I'm glad I'm not the only one out there that was finding her talking to him kind of suspicious. Like, girl, I don't understand.
It was too much. It was
It really was.
too much. We get it. You're not a fan of this process. Now this is getting a little weird. Stop.
But it was like not even about her not being a fan of the process. It was like she's not a fan of him getting married, period. And that's what I'm like concerned about. Like
It's very weird.
yeah, like why are you so upset about him getting married?
Yeah, like let him do what he gonna do. He's 39 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Leave this be. She might
But
have a crush on him. I don't know.
yeah, that's weird though. But he's the only child, which I didn't know, but I guess that kind of makes sense. I always feel like only child have this certain air about them.
Yeah.
So I could see how he would be an only child.
Mm. You know, I just thought about it. His mom hasn't said much of anything. Like she's around, but she's very quiet.
You know,
Mom,
like
what are your thoughts?
yeah, I feel like some people's parents don't really like to be on the show.
Maybe it's her. Because that cousin, I guess, is doing enough talking for both of them.
Yeah, she was real concerned.
Mm-mm. But yeah, the episode started with the cousin continuing to fuss.
Mm.
And we saw Jasmine walking down the aisle. She looked really good. I thought she looked
Yeah,
pretty. I liked her dress, liked her hair.
yeah, she looks good in hers. I was hoping they would show more of the wedding night, but
Oh, yeah, they'll probably do it next episode.
into the
But Eris
honeymoon.
seemed pleased when she was walking down the aisle.
Yeah, I mean, she looks pretty. She's a pageant queen, so I would imagine that
She cleans up nice.
yeah. For some reason I didn't think that she would be like as attracted to him as she is acting like she is.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was kind of surprised about that.
I was surprised both ways.
You thought she wouldn't be as attracted to her?
I didn't think he would be that attracted to her. And I thought she might find him cute, but not like fine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I thought she might find him like cute, but not the way she's describing it. Like
Yeah, maybe she's
he's a piece of eye candy. I was like, I don't know about all that.
no. She might have been a little tipsy.
So, sometimes people do that to it's like they're trying to convince themselves or something.
Right. When they say it over and over.
Yeah.
I don't know. I couldn't really pick up too much on, I don't know, their interactions. I think when she started to talk about those dogs is when he kind of was like, oh. Mm,
Oh, yeah. She has 4 dogs and she breeds dogs for a living.
yeah.
Yeah. That was interesting.
So that's a lot of animals in your home.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I wonder how she keeps it like organized and clean and neat.
and clean. Yes.
Maybe they're outside dogs.
Does she have a house? And how's this going to work when they move into the apartment? Like,
Oh,
where's the
yeah,
dog?
because they usually bring all their animals.
I don't think anyone's ever had that many pets. It's usually one dog, one cat.
Well, Mark and Lindsay had like 10 cats.
Oh, I forgot about all those cats. You're right. That was a lot of cats. Yeah, that's all I got for them.
I feel like
much else happened.
Yeah, I just feel like, the biggest thing between them was the cousin. And from what she was saying on the after show, she didn't really appreciate the cousin doing that. She seemed like I don't know if they're gonna get along, or don't sound like they get along.
Oh, they won't. That cousin is not gonna like Jasmine.
Yeah, and
It,
I don't think
Jasmine could have
Jasmine's
been
gonna like
anybody.
her.
No, Jasmine could have been anybody, and the cousin wouldn't like her.
Right, right. Like I said, I feel like she just doesn't want him to get married, period. And that's the
Mm-mm.
confusion. Like, what, why not?
She wants him all to herself.
Mm-mm.
Like, girl, you need to go get you a man. Like, what is this?
For real.
I'm gonna sign her up for Married at First Sight or Love is Blind or one of these other crazy shows on TV, please. She needs a man.
Oh, and Dominique and McKinley got married.
Oh, yes.
I think I was most excited to see their wedding. I don't know why.
Really? Because I forget about them. Like, all of the, like, last episode, I was like, oh, I forgot.
Really?
On the show.
I still feel so bad for McKinley. I just keep thinking about that.
Oh, yeah, no, maybe it's because he's not very memorable. I don't know.
He seems so, like, reserved and nice, and like, how does your girlfriend get engaged? Like, that's what I keep thinking.
I feel some type of way about that story. I just feel like, I don't know. That's not the full story, but I find it very hard to believe that you were living with this person and she was cheating to the point of getting engaged.
But it happens.
Like, what?
People have like two families sometimes. Like, yeah, like people will have like two families in the same city. How? I don't know. But stuff like that happens. But the reason why I feel like it's not too far-fetched is because he caught them before. So it wasn't like he had no inkling that she would ever cheat on him. He caught her cheating. Now, why he decided to stay with her, I don't know. So it seems like he was just being manipulated and used and dumb, while she was like, oh, I won't do it again. Meanwhile, her and her now fiance or whatever having a laugh at how she basically just taking this man's money, probably.
Yeah, he was definitely being taken advantage of, for sure. Yes. Their wedding happened. Also, everyone's wedding happened, but Dominique and McKinley. Dominique's mom is a bit much to me.
Yeah, I was surprised that they brought up the race in the equation. Like, they talked about, like, because we're Black kind of thing. Like, even though I can't understand the concern, I just didn't expect it to be like in a conversation that they're having at the wedding.
But her mom was just a lot, just from even before they met McKinley and his family. Like, she's very pushy.
I miss
like
what
her
she
mom.
do.
Her mom signed her up for this show. Her mom is like, grandbabies. I want grandbabies. Like, she's just very, like, Dominique's 25. Calm down, ma'am.
Wait a minute. I missed that.
Oh, yeah, her mom is the one who signed her up.
Oh, that is horrible. She's 20. Oh,
25.
Oh, no.
I don't know why she's rushing her like this.
Oh, no. That is sad.
It's also weird to sign her up for this and then grill McKinley the way she was grilling him.
Right.
No?
I'm utterly confused.
It is confusing. It seemed like she would have been a little more excited and happy.
Yeah. I thought it was Dominique's choice. Oh my God.
I mean, I guess ultimately it was, but her mom is the one who signed her up.
And she's an only child, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't get it.
Man, that's a lot of pressure.
It is. And this race conversation was interesting.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I felt like it was interesting that they both did it, though, because Dominique said something to his mom, and her mom said something to McKinley. So I wonder if they had that discussion ahead of time, that they're going to have that conversation, or they feel like it's important to talk about it.
I guess so, being Yeah, maybe just living in the South, maybe.
Because I feel like I feel like it was brought up out of nowhere. Like nobody said anything about race or made like a microaggression or anything, and just both of them just decided to kind of put it out there all of a sudden.
Yeah, and the way Dominique brought it up was a little confusing.
Awkward.
It was a
Yeah.
little awkward, yeah. It's so awkward that the mom was just like, "You're lovely."
Yeah,
I was
it's
like,
like
what?
because if I was the mom, I would be thinking like, did I do or say something to make you feel like you wouldn't be welcomed because you're Black, kind of thing? Like, did something
Yeah.
happen? Because all she did was say, I would have preferred him to get married the traditional way. And that's the same thing that she told him, and the same thing she's been saying, which is the same thing a lot of parents say. So I was like, after she said that, and then you say something about being Black, I was like, what?
Yeah, it didn't really go with the flow of the conversation.
Yeah.
But I get what this mom was saying, because McKinley's family does look very conservative.
Yeah, they do.
And I don't know what part of America they're from, but I don't know. That mom was like, is your grandma going to be okay with this? I thought
Yeah.
that was funny.
I mean, I do understand that it's a concern to have, but not when you're agreeing to marry a stranger and you put down that you don't care if they're going to be white.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah,
like, I do think his family probably does feel some type of way about it, just like deep down.
Probably.
They're not going to say anything.
That wouldn't be surprising. Yeah, because what are they going to say? What would be the response if she did feel that way?
Right.
Oh, I'm glad you said something, because I actually do have a problem with it.
Yeah, that's why I didn't really understand, because it's not like they're going to admit to having an issue with it.
I mean, unless they're like mad bold, and if they're that bold, then you need to run. Yeah, I was wondering where her dad was, because there was a white man sitting next to her mom at the wedding. I was like, is that her dad? He's just not saying anything.
I feel like that's her mom's boyfriend.
Oh,
I think if that were the dad, they would have put him on the show. They would have given him a little header or something.
Huh. So do they just prefer white men?
Could be.
Like, she's mixed, her mom is with the white man. That's interesting. I wonder if she put that down as the preference.
Maybe. I mean, I'm guessing both of them would have had to have told the experts, I'm open to dating any race.
Yeah.
Which surprises
me. Match up race like this. Like, usually it's, Black and Black, white and white, Asian and Asian, Hispanic. Like, it's usually that way, just automatically.
So, and I've seen the interviews they've done with them before, and they've asked that question. So,
oh, they do. I didn't watch the one for this season.
I don't think they do it anymore. They used to do it on the past seasons. I don't know if they sit down and talk to them, but I don't know if they put it on Lifetime anymore. But yeah, I don't know how they're gonna work, because when Dominique told McKinley her age, he got real quiet. He was like,
I think he thought he might have been too old, because he was like, oh wow, am I too old? And she was like, no.
I feel like that was a kind of like a shock to response. I don't know, because remember he mentioned when they were talking to him one-on-one that he didn't really want, like, he's dated younger people who were like 25, 26, and he didn't really want to do that again because they're not
mature.
Right, you're just kind of floating around in life at 25.
Not floating.
So when she said 25, he was like, am I too old?
Yeah, I could see that. I mean, she is the youngest one, like way younger than the rest of the cast.
Yeah, they haven't had a young person like that since Virginia. And I thought we had learned our lesson.
I was going to say, and we know how that went with Virginia.
I don't think she'll be as bad as Virginia, but...
Well, I don't know, because she says that she likes to party and stuff. And then when they said something about him staying at home and being on the couch and watching, like, eating chips and watching movies or whatever, in the bow part, like the family part, she kind of made a face like, ugh, like, I hope not.
Well, I guess he could do that while she's doing her GNO. Also,
I
is that
don't
a new
know.
thing we're saying? GNO?
I have I haven't heard this. What is this?
Oh, see? We are
What do you
peak
mean?
millennials over here. We don't know what that means. GNO, Girls Night Out.
Oh my God, they abbreviate everything. Jeez Louise.
Maybe it's a Gen Z thing. I don't know.
I mean, she would fall into Gen Z actually, huh? Yeah. Yeah.
I think so. I think she barely oh no, she's 25. Yeah, no, she's Gen Z.
Yep, Gen Z. Because I think the last of the millennials are like
In their late
in
20s.
yeah, like 28.
Yeah. Yeah, that wouldn't work for me. I just don't think this is going to work. It's not.
I mean, I had a client before that was dating someone young and didn't like the fact that they use vibes
Okay.
in their
Well.
language. I was like, I say vibes. What's wrong with
Right,
vibes?
I do too.
So I try to remind myself of like how older people see us. I'm like, I'm not trying to be like that. I'm not trying to be that kind of old person.
Yeah, see, they're not even of the same generation. This ain't gonna work. It's not.
I feel like there's some drama ahead, but we will see.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see.
Let's see, what else did we see? We saw more of Nicole and Chris.
Yeah.
They're cute. I think they're cute.
I think they're gonna mesh well. I think they like match each other, if that makes sense. I don't know.
No, I agree. I think they did a good job putting them together.
Yeah. So I think that's good. They showed a little bit of their like back to the hotel.
Got a little steamy
nice.
for a little bit, talking about the dogs.
I was like, she was like, dang, talking about dogs got you. I'm like, that wasn't it. I thought that was funny.
Though. They just seem like, yeah, they're a good fit. Like, he just seems a little quirky, and she's also a little quirky. So,
yeah.
Like, he looked like he was about to go to the pool when they were getting ready for bed. Like, sir, what are you wearing?
Some random shorts.
He had swim trunks. Oh, that was funny. But I think they'll be fine. I think they'll balance each other out really well.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's good. But I think that's like, they didn't show anybody else going to the hotel, did they?
Yeah, it was just them.
That's weird because they didn't even get married first. Like, what about Shaq and Kirsten? Her friend gave a whole speech.
I'm glad she did that because I think we've been saying her name wrong.
It's Kirsten.
Kirsten, not Kirsten. Not Kristen. Kirsten. Got it. I don't think their wedding night's going to give much.
Oh no, I don't think so. I don't think she is attracted to him in that way at all.
No. Yeah, no.
He just is not giving that. I don't know. He's just not.
Yeah, he doesn't really do it for me either. So I get it.
I mean, I don't know. I'd be trying not to say the wrong thing.
I think we're thinking the same thing. Yeah. He gives me feminine energy, and I can't. Like when he was talking with her friends, it was almost like he was chatting it up with, like with the girls, and I felt
the same way when he was talking to his friends, though. Like, yeah. I feel like his that's just him. Like, that's just how his mannerisms are.
I could kind of see her. She seemed like she was kind of starting to loosen up a little bit, though, at the wedding with him.
Mm-hmm.
I
think he's going to be friend-zoned, honestly.
Probably.
Like, she's just not going to get that. I feel like she thinks, like, oh, yeah, he's nice, but not that, like, sexual energy.
No. Well, she said she found, when she was talking to her friends, she said something about him was attractive. Like, I guess his ambition or the things he does.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't see them getting very physical. People have been saying online, too, that Kirsten reminds them of Karen, which I don't see. I don't see that.
Of Karen?
Yeah. I guess because she's not really giving Shaq a chance, and Shaq is a good guy.
Oh, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to say she hasn't given him a chance or anything yet, because like we haven't seen anything past the wedding at this point. So she might.
She might. I don't know.
She might try. I would say she might try. Like we already know that she's just not feeling it or whatever, but I think she might try.
Yeah, we'll see how they do on the honeymoon.
Yeah.
Right, because that's peak romance.
Exactly. Yeah. Like every couple, if you don't really hit it off on the honeymoon that well, it's a very, very high chance that that's just what it's going to be.
Right.
There are a few exceptions, but rarely do we see couples that don't do well on the honeymoon. Or if they leave the honeymoon on bad terms, like Mark and Lindsay, they were doing fine. They left the honeymoon on bad terms. And it was just downhill from there.
Yeah.
If you leave the honeymoon on bad terms, it's just downhill from there. Usually, right. It's usually hard to recover from that. Same thing with Jasmina and
and Michael. You're right.
Michael, they had that one fight on the honeymoon. It was just like downhill from there. They could never recover from that conversation.
No, I don't know if they ever would have. I don't think they would have. After seeing Jasmina all on social media, she might have just been on the show for more followers. We haven't talked about Gina and Clint. That's his name, right? Clint.
Oh yeah, now. If anybody that I forget, it's them. They're the ones that I forget.
So I know in the after show she's been saying she's not attracted to him, but she does a good job of playing it off.
Yeah, I mean they do kiss a lot, right?
Yeah. Like she's being a good sport about it.
Yeah. I don't think she turns, from what I see from the previews, I don't think she turns into a bad sport about it until like later on when he says something about the way she looks. Like that's what I'm gathering from the previews.
Which I wonder, because he seemed to be attracted to her on the wedding day.
Yeah.
And she did. She looked really pretty.
Yeah, I don't know what comment he made, but it like from the previews, it looked like he made a lot of the dudes mad with the comment that he did make.
Oh, because he was saying something about the type of women he typically dates are athletic and slender. And I think that offended a lot of the women.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I don't know. Clint, I told you Clint kind of gives me Mitch vibes. I said vibes.
Because you're a millennial. Yeah.
He kind of gives me Mitch.
What else would you say instead of vibes anyway? Like that was such a dumb, like I don't understand. What else are you supposed to say? Energy?
It could be. That's not going to convey the same thing. He gives me Mitch energy.
Exactly. That don't make sense.
No. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to like Clint.
Yeah, and I don't think anybody's going to like Clint.
I don't like that they match Gina with him. Because I like Gina.
I still don't understand their matching. Like they're in, like I said, I feel like they're in the same building. As an expert, I'm just going to assume that they crossed paths and weren't interested.
I mean, Clint's not. Not my cup of tea.
I feel like he feels more highly of him. Like he thinks of himself more highly than he should.
He does. I feel like a lot of men do. Eris, I think he does too.
Yeah, he definitely does. But I feel like that's giving only child syndrome.
Oh, yeah.
But like, what is Clint's excuse?
I really don't know. These 65 women he done slept with. Are we? Is it the Justin type of story?
I don't know. I don't think he's like over exaggerating about it though, because he just seems like the type that just does not care in that aspect. Like how they were saying how he was like, well, I'm technically still single, looking to sleep with someone the day before their wedding. Like, I'm
just trying to figure out who are these 65 slender, athletic women that were attracted to you, Clint.
Right. That's the question.
It baffles me when just very regular, average, sometimes even below average looking men expect to have like a hot wife. Have you looked in the mirror lately?
I think, like I was saying, I think it's just because he doesn't see himself that way. Like he sees himself as pretty hot, I guess.
Yeah, which I guess is good, but I mean, you have to adjust your expectations. They need to be a little bit more realistic.
So if
Gina's
he's like,
beautiful.
he thinks that I'm hot and girls sleep with me, then, oh, I want a certain look, on my person on my arm that looks a certain way to match me or whatever. I don't know I'm trying to come up with what they think.
What? You in this beachy suit that you had on at your wedding? Like what? No. No, 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 no.
And they wonder why they're single in their 40s. Because like, what? You're too arrogant and self-absorbed.
Yes. Way too arrogant. He seems like they just put him on the show for ratings.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't seem like he knows what he's doing, what he wants, nothing at all.
No.
So
Don't have hopes for them. I know it's very early. It's only episode 3. We're still on the weddings. I only have hope for what's her names? Nicole and Chris right now.
I have hope. I have hope for Dominique and McKim. I have hope. I don't think it's gonna work, but I have hope.
I just feel like their age. I kind of think the race may play an issue too.
You think race will?
He just does not strike me as somebody who dates non-white women.
She's half white.
Yes. Is she though? They just said she's biracial. And we know her mom is black.
Oh, I assumed that she was half white. But they're all iffy. Like in reality, like they're really iffy. Like I think I would have the most faith in Nicole and Chris, like you said, because they seem like they are the ones that came into both of them together with the best intentions. I feel like with some of the other couples, like one person might have good intentions, the other person is kind of like, but it seems like both of them came into the thing with the same, like, I want this to work. I don't really care. Like, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, and they're physically attracted to each other.
Yeah.
Because that's the difference.
I mean, Eris and Jasmine are supposedly physically attracted to each other.
They are. So I was seeing some stuff on the internet where people were thinking initially Eris was attracted to her. And then like later throughout the reception, he wasn't. But I don't know. I didn't really see that.
I didn't see that either. Why? Why would he change his mind at the reception? She looked the same.
Well, they were thinking that the dogs was one thing that just kind of turned him off. And then y'all are mean out there in the internet world talking about her teeth.
Oh.
When she smiled, he was like, ugh.
Oh, did he?
I didn't see that. I didn't. But I can see what they're talking about. But I didn't see that on the show. Like him being turned off by her smiling or after her smiling.
Yeah. Huh. No, I didn't notice that. I mean, I don't know. He doesn't strike me as like, oh no, he wouldn't do that. I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be either. I just didn't see that. So
yeah,
like he rated, he's like, I give her an 8 out of 10. If 10 is a Beyonce. I mean,
it's Beyonce.
Exactly. That's what I said. That's not bad.
Yeah. I mean, you should say 10, but he's new to this.
He's new. He was still kissing the streets goodbye as he was walking down the aisle. I was like, if he says this one more time, talking about these streets.
That he was supposedly in. Now he's giving Justin vibes. Like, okay, were you in the streets like that?
I believe he was in the streets like that. Even his friends were like, are you ready? Are you ready to give up the streets? I'm like, what is up with y'all in the streets?
Right.
Mm-hmm. You're 39. Like, stop that. Please. Yeah. Can't wait till the honeymoon. Oh, you know what? Next episode, they're going to meet the family, sit down and have a little brunch. And then they find out where they're going. And then we'll get to the honeymoons.